Woodworking enthusiasts, are you ready to take your skills to the next level? Welcome to our channel where we delve deep into the fascinating world of woodcraft. Today, I'm going to share with you the 4 key essentials every woodworker should master, regardless of your experience level. Because trust me, these skills will elevate your game and have your projects shining brighter than the North Star. Imagine being able to create stunning wooden pieces that leave your friends and family in awe. Well, that dream can become a reality. From mastering project preparation to nailing down precise measurements and joinery techniques, we're going to explore it all. And if you're ready to transform into a woodworking master, hit that subscribe button and let's get started on this epic journey together. The first skill on our list is carpentry. That's right, I'm talking about the backbone of woodworking, creating precise cuts and joints that will make your projects look like a work of art. Whether you're building a piece of furniture, a shelf, or a simple box, being able to make precise cuts and join pieces of wood together is essential. To develop your carpentry skills, start with simple projects and gradually work your way up to more complex pieces. Practice makes perfect, and with time and patience, you'll be able to create beautiful and functional projects with ease. Let's take a bookshelf for example, a true testament to the power of carpentry. You've got to measure and cut those boards to perfection, then join them together using joints that'll stand the test of time. Dovetails, mortise and tenon, or simple butt joints, whatever it takes to make that bookshelf sturdy and strong. That's the key, precision. Even the tiniest mistake can bring your project down like a house of cards. I remember my first carpentry project, a little birdhouse that taught me a big lesson. The importance of accurate cuts and joints. But with each project I tackled, my skills improved and soon I was creating more complex pieces with ease. Now, I'm talking everything from a simple bookshelf to a beautiful piece of furniture. Carpentry takes time and practice, but let me tell you, the rewards are worth it. With dedication, anyone can become a skilled carpenter, so grab your tools and let's get started. The second essential skill in our arsenal, sanding. This is where we take our projects from rough and bumpy to smooth and polished. It's a crucial step in the woodworking process, allowing us to remove rough spots and create a sleek, even surface. Whether you're using a handheld sanding block or an electrifying sander, being able to sand your projects to perfection is a must-have skill for any woodworker worth their sawdust. I remember when I first started my woodworking journey, I was all about bringing my ideas to life. But little did I know, there was more to it than just what I thought. That's when I was introduced to sanding and I was like, oh, what have I gotten myself into? I was intimidated, scared of sanding away too much wood or messing up the surface. But, being the determined young woodworker that I am, I was dead set on figuring it out. I hit up YouTube, watched tutorials, and experimented with different grits of sandpaper and sanding tools. Picture this, you've got an antique piece of furniture that's seen better days, but you're not one to give up on a good project. That's where sanding comes in, baby. First things first, you gotta sand down that surface, remove any scratches, dents, and imperfections that have accumulated over the years. But, wait. It's not as simple as just sanding away. Oh no, no, no. You gotta have a strategy and finesse. That's where the magic of progressively finer grits of sandpaper comes in. Start with a coarser grit to get rid of the rough spots, then move on to a finer grit to smooth things out. Keep repeating this process until you've achieved the smoothness of a baby's bottom. That's the level of smoothness we're talking about, folks. Restoring antique furniture is a true test of a woodworker's sanding skills, but with a little patience and the right tools, you can bring that piece back to life. And let me tell you, the more I practiced, the better I got. I learned that patience is key, sanding in the direction of the grain, and using finer and finer grits of sandpaper. Before I knew it, sanding became one of my favorite parts of the process. I love seeing a rough surface transform into a smooth masterpiece. And let me tell you, sanding in the direction of the grain is a game changer. And using progressively finer grits of sandpaper? That's just pure gold, my friends. It takes time and patience, but when you finally get that smooth surface you've been dreaming of, it's all worth it. So, take your time, experiment, and have fun with sanding. So, grab your sandpaper, your sanding block, or your trusty electric sander, and let's get sanding. We're diving into the third, most important skill in the world of woodworking. It's the cherry on top, the icing on the cake, the final touch that takes your project to the next level. It's all about finishing. Whether you're going for a clear coat, stain, or varnish, this step is non-negotiable. Not only does it shield your project from the daily grind, but it also enhances the natural beauty of that gorgeous wood. So, you want to up your finishing game? Here's the secret sauce. Start small, experiment, and find your rhythm. Try different techniques until you find the one that resonates with you and your project. It's all about finding your flow and perfecting it. Take a cutting board for instance. This is the epitome of the finishing process. Sand that surface down to a glass-like finish, then give it the ultimate protection with a food-safe oil or varnish. Why, you ask? To keep that surface bacteria and moisture free, of course. That's the finishing game, baby, and you're about to win big. Let me tell you about my journey in the world of wood finishing. When I first started, I was so obsessed with the design and building, I completely disregarded the finishing aspect. I would just give my projects a quick sand and slap on some polyurethane, hoping for the best. Big mistake. It wasn't until I got some honest feedback that I realized the importance of a killer finish. People were loving my projects, but the rough and uneven surface was a major buzzkill. That's when I knew I had to step up my game. So, I did some research and started experimenting with different types of finishes, like well-based and water-based, and the pros and cons of each. I also got creative with my sanding techniques, trying out different grits of sandpaper to achieve a smooth and even surface. Trust me, the results were a game changer. So, don't make the same mistake I did, woodworkers. Remember, the finish is just as important as the rest of the project. Invest in it and you'll see the difference it makes in your work. I've got some seriously game-changing tips for you when it comes to finishing your projects like a pro. Let's talk about elevating your finishing game to the next level. First up, sanding is key. You gotta start with a coarse grit sandpaper and work your way to finer, to get that silky smooth surface. And make sure you're sanding with the grain, or you'll end up with rough spots and scratches. Next, the finishing application. It's all about technique, yo. Keep it thin and even, give it time to dry and cure properly, and light sand between coats for a smooth finish. And don't forget about the tools. Brushes, rags, sprayers, learn how to use each one to get the best results. Experiment with wiping, brushing, and spraying until you find your perfect technique. Follow these tips, and your finishing skills will skyrocket. Let's make some freaking amazing projects. I've put in the work and now I'm killing the game with my flawless finishes on all my projects. I sand my projects like a boss, leaving no surface untouched, and when it comes to applying the finish, I go thin and even, giving it all the time it needs to dry and cure to perfection. The result? A smooth, even surface that leaves folks blown away. It doesn't matter if it's a tiny project or a big piece of furniture, I've got the skills and expertise to bring that finishing touch every single time. You can do it as well. The fourth and final skill that separates the average woodworker from the pros, design. That's right, being able to sketch out a detailed plan and bring your vision to life is crucial in woodworking. Now, whether you're a pencil and paper kinda guy, or you're all about that tech life with programs like SketchUp, it's all about creating a roadmap for your project. And let me tell you, it'll keep you organized and on track, making sure you end up with the exact masterpiece you had in mind. But don't just dive into the deep end, start small and work your way up to the more complex projects. Take for instance, building a custom piece of furniture. You gotta first sketch out the design, then get all the crucial measurements and cuts down on paper. But it doesn't stop there, nope. You gotta also choose the perfect materials and determine the best joinery methods to bring your design to life. So, if you want to take your woodworking to the next level, design skills are a must-have. Get to sketching, folks. I'll never forget my initial foray into the wild world of design. It was a humble wooden stool that set me on the path of pure creativity and artistic expression. The thought of conjuring up a detailed plan for my project had me quaking in my boots, but with determination and a willingness to experiment, I honed my skills and learned to bring my wildest visions to life. Design, baby, it's the key ingredient in transforming your woodworking projects from good to greatness. It's where you unleash your imagination and forge your own unique path in the art of creation. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or just starting out, mastering the art of design is the key to unleashing the full potential of your craft. So, let's get to work and turn those visions into reality. That concludes our comprehensive guide to the 4 basic skills that every woodworker should have. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, having these skills will help you create beautiful and functional projects with ease. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep at it and you'll be able to create amazing projects in no time. Thank you for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe for more great woodworking content.